In honor of President's Day, let's say goodbye to all our dead presidents as we look at the Toy Fair news. So I'm Aaron.
I'm Josh.
And welcome to episode 29 of Dysfunctional Nerdcast. So, of course, we're going to be covering Toy Fair today. And then we got our usual movie review of Happy Death Day to you!
To you, to you.
Every time I say it, it's like my Seinfeld, the top of the muffin, to you! And Elaine's like, why do you need an apostrophe or a exclamation at the end? And he's like, no, you do. And she's like, I don't think it should be to you. And he's like, yeah, that's exactly how you say it. So every time I see that, that's how I just pronounce the movie. It's subconscious.
I just sing the song in my head. Happy Death Day to you.
So before we get into those two topics, a couple movie announcements were made. There's going to be a Batman and Turtles animated movie coming out this spring. So it's obviously off of like the IDW crossover books that they did. There's two series, the Animated Adventures, pretty successful comics, and they were a good read. Yeah. So they crossed dimensions. I guess this movie's going to be basically those comics in television form, cartoon form.
And that's this spring?
This spring.
That's quick.
Direct to video.
Oh, okay.
You know, DC does all those.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I'll give it a whirl.
Does it go into their streaming service, do you know, or is it?
They haven't said. I wouldn't be surprised if it's on both. Like, direct to video and then put it on there.
That's a cool concept, especially since it's a crossover with IDW and DC, and now
my kid will love it. It's like two of his favorite things together. And then in the Marvel world, Eternals is going to start production summer of 2019. So they actually gave, a firm start date on this. It is happening, unlike DC where they announced 30 movies and canceled 29 of them. I don't know of a Marvel movie that's been canceled yet.
No. I don't think
so. We've heard, rumors that Eternals was happening and it's been on pre-production schedule, but it is officially happening. And from what they're saying, nobody knows who the Eternals are, and that's what they want. They want to be able to describe and explain a brand new story, just like Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of people didn't even know who like Iron Man was when it started.
True.
So he was like a C-lister, which is crazy to think about.
And now
nobody cared about Iron Man when that movie came out. Now he's A-list. So I expect this movie to take off like Guardians did. And then
can't say I'm really looking forward to it, but
I am.
Whatever, I'll go see it.
And then the third piece of news, I still don't think this is going to happen, but Masters of the Universe has also gotten a start production date, summer 2019. So it's expected to be out like fall of 2020. I still can't believe that one.
That's still up there with The Crow, man.
I don't have the Marvel faith that it doesn't get canceled, but I don't know. I don't even know how you can make this movie. I really don't.
Does anybody care about it? Honestly.
There's a lot of people, dude. I mean, they have like dedicated fans.
I know they have dedicated fans. There's dedicated fans for fucking everything. But does the general public care?
The fact that there's He-Man everything out there, I think it shows they do.
Everything? I don't see He-Man everything at Target.
There's pops, there's blankets, there's Pez, Sideshow's making statues, Reaction's making
right
figures.
Now you're talking,
Super 7 still has a whole collector's club based of figures.
But when you go to Target, do you see this shit? No.
The Pez are everywhere. The pop figures are everywhere. Target had a Faker pop exclusive. So yeah, I do.
They have pop exclusives of other things that aren't super popular. So
all those things have movies.
All right,
Every one of them has a movie.
I don't know. I'm just saying I'm not going to Target looking for He-Man action figures and toys.
You're the only one. It's funny that DC made a whole line of figures based off of He-Man itself, and you can't even keep them on the fucking shelf. But apparently, nobody cares about He-Man.
I saw that, for the first time, like 3 weeks ago. I was like, what the hell is this? I never saw it before.
They're sold out everywhere. Man. Why? I don't know, because I don't even like them, but they are sold out. Pegs are empty. They have just the little creature that Joker rides. That is it. Castle gone, Lunchbox gone, comics gone, regular figures gone. And those are at Target. So there you go.
They're not at Target because they're gone.
They're gone, but Target exclusives and Amazon. Huh. So
I don't believe the movie's coming.
I don't either. Until they actually have casting, and even then, like, who can you cast, man?
Yeah, who would you cast?
Everybody who's going to be jacked up to be He-Man obviously is not going to have the acting chops. So you're going to get a bodybuilder, and they're not going to be able to act.
No, that's tough. You have to find someone who's not super jacked, but then doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose?
I mean, Arnold, there's been one guy in 40 years. I don't know of another Arnold, that's up and coming.
Yeah, but even
They don't exist.
even when he started out, it was he wasn't that good of an actor. He's still not the greatest actor.
But that's why he was perfect as a barbarian.
Well, yeah,
He-Man is a barbarian, so it's...
Yeah, but I think he's a little bit more intelligent than the Conan barbarian.
And then are you going to have
Secret Prince, man?
Are you going to have a different guy play Prince Adam? Like the cartoon, the newer cartoon, it's not just change of outfit. He's a scrawny kid and he transforms into this muscular guy. I don't know how you make this movie.
And then do they make it a coming of age story?
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see or not see.
I will definitely see it if it happens.
Oh,
I don't
would
care
too.
how big a train wreck it
too.
is. I will see it. So.
I will go see it, but will we actually have the chance?
No.
Who the hell knows?
As long as there's no fucking Gwildor eating KFC in this movie, I'll be fine. So, that's all I had on movie spec. You had a little something, right?
So episode 9 wrapped up their filming, and they'll be going into post-production. J.J. Abrams put out his sentimental tweet the other day. I think it was Friday, so day after Valentine's Day. So that wrapped. And production wrapped on The Mandalorian, the series for the Disney streaming service. So not an official announcement from that, but the crew made their announcement that we're done, and we're just waiting to put it out. So
I did see, the rumors with Ryan Johnson supposedly fired, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
It kind of broke my heart when I found out he wasn't.
I could care less if he was fired. I wouldn't miss him.
I'm not seeing his movie, so.
I'm more interested in what the guys from Game of Thrones are going to be doing with their trilogy, because that's going to be down the road. That's years away. And hopefully all this crap and whatever's going on in Star Wars world is kind of, forgotten about. You put it on hold, and we'll see what these guys can do. They did great in Game of Thrones. That's a fact. People love that storyline. They love the way that show has progressed. So can they bring it into the movies? I said it before. I'll go see that in a heartbeat.
Can't wait to see a dragon get slain by a lightsaber.
That'd be awesome.
It would not be, but...
Yes.
All right, so Toy Fair 2019, baby.
Yeah.
Much better than last year.
We didn't even really talk about it much last year.
It was kind of a sub-segment because really nothing was announced last year. If you go back and listen, all we pretty much announced, the sail barge.
Yeah.
That was like it.
I think so.
Every company this year announced more stuff. So I guess we'll delve right into it. I guess there was a couple mergers that happened a little bit pre-Toy Fair.
Yeah, there actually was some news that was pre-Toy Fair, and people are excited to go to Toy Fair and see officially what's going on. So what happened earlier in the week?
So Diamond Select bought Gentle Giant. And Gentle Giant's pretty much known mostly, I think, for their Star Wars busts and statues. Mm-hmm. They do a couple Marvel things as well with the busts. So it's kind of a big deal. I think Gentle Giant, they're a pain in the ass to get, honestly. Every time you go to their website, they don't make that many. Being that it's Diamond Select and you can order it right from your comic shop, order through previews, I think it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, and I saw the some of the Star Wars stuff that came out. Someone shot a video there, and they always look great.
Yeah, they do good work. And it's weird. The Gentle Giant Limited is the actual design company of it. They're still a separate company. So they're basically sculpting things for Diamond Select to sell. So Gentle Giant, different company. Gentle Giant Limited is just the sculpting aspect. So they're going to work for all kinds of companies.
And is there like a price point difference between the two? Or
There's not. And what they said was Diamond Select is taking over all existing properties. So Star Wars, Marvel, everything that was set to come out under the Gentle Giant logo is all being transferred to Diamond Select.
Huh, cool. Like I said, they always put out quality stuff, so.
Yeah, and they've been doing the figures for a while, Diamond Select, so, they're used to collectibles.
Yeah. No,
I'm down with it.
That's cool.
And then the thing that has me most excited, it should have you excited, is McFarlane got the DC license.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, that the whole DC license thing is weird.
So they are sharing it with Spin Masters, which we told that on the last, a couple podcasts ago. So it sounds like Spin Masters is going to be making like the toys that your kid would play with or you buy at Target, Walmart. McFarlane's going to basically be doing statue-esque action figures, highly detailed, sculpted, probably $20, $25 price points. I don't think I would pretty much think no articulation, which is what I
Kinda
want
like-
from McFarlane. I think their articulation sucks. I don't want a $6 looking action figure for $15.
Right. No, and he did great with the Walking Dead stuff. So,
Oh, the Walking Dead figures suck though.
oh, really?
But if he makes these like he did his Movie Maniacs, Tortured Souls, Spawn, they'll be fucking awesome. So I can't wait. I don't know. Batman done as McFarlane, fucking awesome.
I think any of the characters. You're talking classic superheroes, you know? So, and even villains. Is he going to get into the villains? I take it too.
Dude, a McFarlane Joker. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
You know?
And a Harley. And I hope he does like like scenes, dioramas or something, box sets. Classic poses, fighting off. Oh my god.
See, now I'm just even thinking like Lex Luthor in like his mechanical suit, Brainiac, things like that. There's Dark Side. Come on, it's gonna be awesome.
I really hope he does like the McFarlane Batman from his comic. If he did the cover of the couple issues he drew, oh my god, they'll sell like hotcakes. So it's a 3-year license. It starts 2020, so we got a little bit of time, but
Right.
I'm excited, man. And I know you're excited about probably his even bigger announcement for you.
Oh yeah.
Harry Potter!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
The boy who lived.
fucking Quidditch and all that bullshit.
Harry Potter's just above you, man.
Why is he doing Harry Potter? As much as I want to support the guy. Oh, God.
Money, man. There's money in that shit.
Is
you
there?
know that? Oh hell yeah.
Why did NECA give up the license? Like, the movies have come and gone.
I don't know.
The NECA figures never sold
Dude,
well.
that shit is still popular. There's a town in Jersey where I used to go to high school. They had this fucking Harry Potter day. And dude, the pictures on the street it's jam packed with people in their robes and wands and doing shit. And it's crazy. This is little freaking town in nowhere, New Jersey that does this. You go to like the Universal and it's just like crazy.
But yeah,
It's like
but do
Disneyland
people want?
packed?
But do people want toys of it?
I think there's collectors out there that if you're into it, you're gonna want it. I saw some excitement online about it. I'm not saying they were, waving their wands around and stroking them, but
It just seems to have come and gone at this point.
I don't know, man. That's also a franchise that a new generation will find and enjoy it.
We've been saying that about Star Wars, and clearly kids don't enjoy it, and the figures don't sell. And that's a much bigger thing than Harry Potter.
But I think we all know the original trilogy of Star Wars, kids are still watching and still liking it. Fact.
But not buying the toys.
That's parents' fault.
I just don't see people buying Harry Potter. They didn't when it was out the first time. So anyway,
We'll see.
That's the downfall of McFarlane.
And there was something else with McFarlane.
That's all I saw.
The Mortal
dude.
Kombat.
Yeah, I could care less. That's irrelevant to me.
But still, so he's got 3 things that he announced this last week.
Mortal Kombat figures don't sell either.
So
The Funko figures haven't sold. Like the Savage World Mortal Kombat haven't sold. There was another cheap ass company that was doing Mortal Kombat a couple years ago. They sold terribly.
So what's your boy thinking? He's got 2 failed. According to you, he's got 2 failed franchises
I don't know.
and only a 3-year deal for DC.
He's had a lot of failed stuff. His Call of Duty figures have not sold at all.
I don't know. I don't even could care less about that. So yeah.
I don't know. He had a couple like Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff have not sold at all. I don't even know anyone who cares about that property.
He just did the Fortnite crap too, right?
Fortnite. I don't know how that's selling, to be honest. I haven't seen too much of it, so maybe it's selling pretty
And
well.
I think that's even on its way out with kids playing it. I mean, that shit's been out for over a year. Still popular.
He did Borderlands too. That hasn't sold at all. He's failed on a lot of stuff, and that's why they're kind of on a downfall. And their sports figures apparently they're sculpting the sports figures, but Dragon Imports is making them. So that used to be their largest and best-selling property, and they can't even stay in business to keep doing it. So clearly they're not doing something right, or else they'd be chugging along, and they're clearly not. So I hope the DC thing gets them back on track. Sounds like it should, but maybe the other 2 properties pull them down. I don't know.
Yeah, but is DC even the right thing to do? According to you, everybody loves Marvel more. So
They do, but hey, license is tied up. Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, but is it still something that's going to be a good seller for him if nobody likes DC?
I think it will. I think they'll do well.
All right. Fair enough.
And then sticking with the Star Wars stuff, the DC Triple Force Friday is what they're calling it this year.
Yep.
Woohoo!
I know you're so excited about this.
October
you're glowing.
4th.
You're glowing right now.
I thought they should have called it like Triple Disappointment Friday. So instead of trying to find one thing you want, you'll try to find 3 and not find any of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
But what's the best thing about that day? Your dumb ass will be going everywhere and anywhere to find this crap.
Absolutely.
So you're the sucker. As much you just hate it so much, you have to buy it if you can.
What I don't understand about it, so it's about Episode 9, The Mandalorian, and then some video game supposedly.
Yeah, the Fallen Order, Jedi
Well,
to
they
Fallen
just had
Order.
a video game that was canceled not even a month ago.
Right, and then
It was almost that was 90% done, and they're like, "Well, we're going to cancel this." So, what video game are you coming out with in 8 months that's going to be any good or of any relevance? It's probably going to be canceled as well.
I'm trying to remember when it takes place. Somewhere around like Revenge of the Sith or something, right after or right before. I don't know. Whatever.
And is it kind of weird that you can't even carry Episode 9 by itself? You need like these 2 other things to try to help boost momentum going into it.
Is that the reason for it?
It seems to, because wouldn't you milk each one of these things as long as you could individually? Like once episode 9 dies off, you're like, all right, Mandalorian, let's milk the hell out of it. And they can't even do that anymore.
I think it depends on when the Mandalorian's coming out. So, I think the streaming service is coming out towards the end of the year.
Again, wouldn't you stagger it?
I don't know.
Have everybody go to the theater in Episode 9 and spend all your money, and then once the hype dies down, hey, come to our streaming service, get hyped up again and spend all your money on our streaming service. People aren't going to do both at once. It's Star Wars fatigue. It's already fatigued.
Which
we
I
talked about
still don't get, but whatever.
We don't get it either. I don't get it either. But it is proven, and now you're going to do 3 things at once to try to cure fatigue? Makes 0 sense.
I don't know, man. I'm not sitting in that boardroom.
I don't know what they're thinking.
I would love to be in that boardroom and give, a true fan's perspective. So Disney, give me a call. Lucasfilm, give me a call. Send an email, dysfunctionalnerdcast@gmail.com. I'll talk to you. We'll let you know what you really need to do to help us out. To get some toys. Stagger it, please.
Send us some free shit, because we can't find it in the store. So
Yeah.
But that was pretty much all the pre-announcement stuff going into it.
Right.
So, Toy Fair, what did you see revealed that you like? What's coming out?
Well, of course, I always like the Star Wars shit. That's all I pretty much care about. So there was a lot that came out.
There is some cool shit, actually.
Yeah. And I mean, Hasbro is Hasbro. I watched a video of these 2 guys talking as much as I could because the guy was just like, I don't know, typical salesman tool. So, but there's some cool stuff, man. The Jabba skiff. I don't know if you saw that.
I did.
That's pretty badass, man. It's got that retro box going for it, They said online that it was in this press conference that they were doing, it was going to be $50.
I saw 40.
Online, I'm looking at it right now. It's $39.99.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It comes with a stand. You can angle it so if you can, pose it as if, Lando's falling off the side, going into the Sarlacc pit. It's got the drawbridge coming out, or the plank. It's pretty cool. Pretty well detailed, I think.
This is obviously meant to go with the barge.
Right. But if you couldn't afford the barge, it's still a little something cool that you can have, part of that. Sticking with the Jabba was part of Jabba's palace.
Saw that as well. It's pretty cool.
And that was pretty much the area where Han Solo is in Carbonite. And that's pretty cool, man. They got the 2 heads of whatever creatures were hunted and killed on each side, the arches and everything. And it's kind of like the side room where Jabba would be looking in when Princess Leia, melts them out of that. So are they going to add on to it? Who knows? It's a great opportunity to.
Do you know what's hilarious? They're making all this stuff from Jabba, and they can't make a slave girl Leia. So apparently we have to use a figure from 15 years ago that's going to look totally outdated with our Jabba playset scenes, but oh well. people have to cry about, oh my God, it's a slave girl. Oh,
Who knows?
seriously?
Maybe they'll put it out.
If they would have just made Slave Man Luke, we would have been all gender neutral here.
I'd be all for that.
Thanks, moms, for ruining it for everybody.
Oh, I'm sad. Fuck you.
So the Jabba Barge
Yeah.
or Palace,
Yeah.
it's going to be a Walmart exclusive,
Okay.
and it's $50.
$50. I think they're good prices for what they are.
I
Honestly,
agree. Yeah, I thought it was pretty.
They didn't go out of control on it, and that's pretty cool. It's accessible for people.
I thought it'd be like $100. So yeah,
Yeah, I was worried, honestly. I was thinking like $80 for some of this, but when you really look at it, it's what it's worth, and I think they did a pretty good job. Other thing was their retro series that they're coming out
this
with.
was probably one of my favorite announcements of Toy Fair.
I think they are incredible. They're awesome. It's taking the original figures from A New Hope. It's that figure.
Yeah,
throwing
they're not the vintage collection.
No.
It's the retro collection. So it's the 100% same original mold
Yes.
as the original Star Wars figures. It's
Yeah.
not resculpted.
You're getting the same gun. You're getting the plastic capes. The telescoping lightsaber with that stupid tip that always broke off. They look awesome.
They finally listened to me because I've been like, why don't they make these for the last 20 years? Everyone would buy them.
Oh yeah,
They've done it for every other toy line. Everybody's done it already. It's
and
a no-brainer.
I think they're doing they're doing the original 12-back look too. I think I could be wrong.
6 figures right now announced.
Yeah, you have Chewie, Solo, Luke, Leia, Vader, and a Stormtrooper.
Right.
And they're the original cards looking. They do have like the distressed look in the corners.
That's the one thing I hate about it.
Yeah, I could do without that.
I
myself.
don't need the card to look 30 or 40 years old. I want the card to look brand new,
yeah,
like I
I
am
agree.
back in time.
I agree. And they put that huge red sticker on it that says Retro Series.
That kind of sucks too.
And people were kind of griping about that. It's too big. Their thing was, well, it's reminiscent of like the Boba Fett giveaway. All the giveaways that they did, they had those stickers on there. So I get it, but it is a little bit too
Do you
big.
think it would have been cool to make it as a price tag? Like everybody had the old school price tags in the corner and just put retro series and make it look, put $9.99, which is what they're going to retail on.
For you and me, yes, because I did see a gripe about this, that people are going to confuse this with the vintage collection, which I kind of face palmed over because I'm like, how are you, the fuck are you going to confuse this with the vintage collection? There's no way.
Stores will be severely confused.
Stores might. They're talking fans and people are like, well, they're not going to know what. If you're a fan, you're a collector, you know what you're buying.
I can see already, though. You're
But
going to go to the
stores, I can
store
see.
and they're going to have 8,000 vintage figures hanging on the shelf because nobody wants them anymore. Then you're going to have the retro series sold out and you're going to ask the store clerk, hey, are you getting any more? What do you mean? We have 5 shelves of it. No, those are vintage, not retro. It's the same wording.
Well, that's when you just
it's a
show
synonym. So they're
Yeah.
not going to know what the fuck you're
Hopefully
talking
they
about.
have a different SKU number or something. Who knows?
They never do.
Yeah,
so
I know,
I
but I
doubt
don't
it.
know. I'm trying, man.
They're Target exclusives, by the way.
They are
They're going to be a fucking bitch to find.
already sold out pre-order. I looked this morning at 6:00 in the morning. It's all sold out. The Jabba skiff sold out. Almost everything that you could have pre-ordered is sold out. So the skiff is sold out.
Now, are you talking through Target?
Through Target, the retro collection is sold out.
See, I'm calling bluff on that because they don't even have the stuff in stock to add a quantity. I think it says sold out because they don't know what they're getting. They do that for everything.
So pre-order, it says pre-order sold out.
I don't even think they put them up for pre-order.
I don't know. I'll believe it because it says so on their website. Whatever.
Every other thing I've ever tried to order through there, I've seen in the store hundreds of times, and it was always pre-order sold out, especially for exclusives. They don't keep a online stock.
So the Jabba skiff is through Hasbro Pulse right now, and that they say is currently sold out. There is a Target exclusive of the Black Series 6-inch Luke Skywalker Death Star escape. It's him in the Stormtrooper outfit, all dirtied up from the garbage compactor, etc. Again, Target pre-order says it's sold out, but what else is there? A Han Solo Stormtrooper of Target sold out. and the hyper real Darth Vader. Did you see that one?
No.
It's an 8-inch figure. We're gonna retail for $80. It looks pretty damn good, and it comes with like a stand for him to stand on. It has an internal steel skeleton to it, so highly posable, multiple hands, things like that. It's the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader. It looks pretty awesome, man. Really, really cool. I mean, it's $80, but
That's not going to sell at that price.
and that's through Hasbro Pulse as well. That's not in stores. So I thought it was a little bit high, especially for 8 inches, but a figure. But
$10 an inch, baby. It's the going rate on the streets. Did you see they're making some kind of vintage board game as well?
I was just gonna bring that up because that's the
I don't even know what it is.
thing I am most excited about.
my God.
Oh my god, this is so awesome! I saw
dumbest
it. I was
announcement.
I was like, yes, Escape from Death Star game, dude. I had this when I was a kid. When we're done recording, I might still have it here. It is the corniest game, but I must have played this so many times, even by myself, because I'm such a loser. But it's such a classic board game. A board game, I mean, 70s board games. They made a board game for everything.
They were all so terrible, though.
Yes, they are. But the market for that, there's a market for that. You go to the flea markets. I mean, these things sell for, $50, $100, $200 for something crazy. I don't never pay $200 for a board game, but people do. It's something that older people were like, oh, I remember that from the 50s. Or, I mean, from the 70s and whatever. The board game, Brady Bunch board games, probably had a Gunsmoke board game. You had the Star Wars board game. You had a board game for fucking Mork and Mindy, whatever. I was totally stoked. And it comes with a Grand Moff Tarkin.
It does.
Figure.
That's like kind of the only selling point.
I don't think that's not the only selling point for me. I'm getting this thing because I have such nostalgia for that game. And that game, man,
But if you have the original one, what do you need it for?
I don't have all the pieces, man.
Oh, this guy.
I actually
See,
played
if your
with
parents
my
were
shit.
good parents, they would have hid the pieces from you. You'd have them back in a Ziploc bag now, and you'd have 100% complete, and you'd save yourself $50 on buying this refurbished crap.
No, my parents are like, whatever keeps him quiet in the basement is fine with me.
Yeah, hopefully he chokes on one of these pieces we give him.
That to me is an exciting announcement. I like it. So that's what I got for that.
Any other Star Wars?
Oh, Dr. Aphra, 6-inch. You see that?
I did
Series?
not know.
Yeah. We like Dr. Aphra. So
The thing I wanted or saw that was pretty cool is they announced what the Star Wars Celebration exclusives are going to be.
oh, I did see that. Yes.
So hopefully we'll get our press passes.
Yes. If you're listening, please give us our press passes because we need these figures.
They're pretty cool. So it's Darth Maul and Obi-Wan, right?
Yep. Duel of Fates.
And they're in like a refractor type packaging. It's the original episode 1 packaging with the
Yes.
refractor shine on it. Has a 20th anniversary sticker on. They're pretty cool.
And they're 6-inch figures, right?
I thought they were 3 3/4.
I thought they were 6. We'll have to.
We'll have to confirm on that.
Yes.
I don't know one way or the other.
Yeah, because
If they're 6-inch, I'm no longer interested. It's too many inches for me to handle.
be a man, take it all. Nah, I'll have to look that up. But I thought the packaging was cool.
Yeah, I like
think
it. It's the same as the original, so it's nostalgic in that way.
Yeah. But overall, I think it's exciting shit from Star Wars this time around.
It is. It's one of the better announcements they've done in a long time.
Yes. Very much so. And I'm actually happy that you're into the Star Wars announcements. Usually you hate on Star Wars, but these are things that you actually were looking for, right? So
Did you notice, though, the things we're excited about is all the old stuff? Like, they didn't announce anything about Episode 9, and I don't even think we'd care if they did.
no, I think it's too early. Honestly, too. So
It comes out this December, correct?
yeah, but I don't want to see the figures beforehand.
No, but you announce what you're doing. They, showed nothing.
Yeah, but
it's bizarre.
We know they're going to make figures. We know we're not going to get all of them because they're not going to ship enough. I mean, what else do you need?
I guess they can't give out spoilers because we don't know who Kylo Ren is at this point. Well, I'll delve more into the horror stuff as you look that up.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm really excited over what NEC is doing, dude. We said we interviewed Dick Warlock. That's going to be the next episode. And wouldn't you know, they announced they're doing an Ultimate Michael Myers from Part 2. And he's going to come with the bleeding eyes head. And the coolest part, the Ben Tramer mask.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
super excited for that. And then it comes with like the pumpkin and skull, the skull inside the pumpkin from the intro of the movie.
Yeah.
You're gonna have that, straight out of the movie. That'll be a pack in. I just think that's one of the coolest Ultimate figures they've done. They're doing an 18-inch Pennywise, which I think I'm gonna have to get. I haven't bought 18-inch figures in a while either, but a Pennywise I kind of need.
And Pennywise from
The new movie.
new movie. Okay.
They're doing Amigo Michael Myers, which they haven't done any Amigo Michaels yet. They've been doing, Freddy and Jason and Leatherface, a bunch of incarnations of that, but this will be the first Myers. And then they're doing these things. They're called Toonie Terrors that are going to be out in October. It's kind of like a cartoony look of Jason, Freddy, and Pennywise. They're pretty cool looking, but cartoony. But it's
Right.
something different. Like I have all the movie figures, so cartoony version of them, up my alley. I'll buy them.
Something different
Yeah.
for the horror collector out there.
Kind of like slightly anime looking. They have like the straight lines on everything, like their arms.
And you
are very,
love
like,
anime.
chiseled.
You love the anime.
I do love it.
What if they made like a kid's cartoon with the horror icons? But they were like kind of like not necessarily killers. They're just like misunderstood kids in the neighborhood or whatever.
I'd watch it every Sunday morning.
I know you would.
And I would buy extra boxes of the Funko cereal, and I would eat it while they killed people.
But I don't know if they would necessarily kill, because it would be like G.I. Joe. You shoot 40,000 rounds and never kill anybody. Nobody ever dies in these cartoons. It's kind of like,
But if you could make it like comical deaths,
yeah, okay. Kind of like South Parky deaths.
like he just punches
Even-
someone and he turned into a ghost instantly, or
Or you could even do like a nighttime, like a South Park audience with cartoon Leatherface and Michael. They're all like, hanging out in the hood and doing their thing and, playing baseball.
I think Leprechaun only hangs out in the hood.
Yeah, that's true. I meant to say neighborhood, but, I'm trying to be hip, but I'm too old for that. So,
I thought they were pretty cool though. The other Amigo thing they're doing is Halloween 3. They're doing the 3 trick-or-treaters. So you're going to have the skeleton, the witch, and the pumpkin. Fucking awesome. And it comes with a little TV with the silver shamrock pumpkin thing flashing on it. I'm a little scared of the price point, though. It's probably going to be like $90.
you think?
Yeah. So it's probably be $79.99 now I'm thinking. They're like $30 figures each.
Yeah.
Throw them into one box. Ooh, you save $10. I have to get them, though.
And you will.
They're also doing a vintage Sam from Trick or Treat,
Oh,
like the Migo style. So that's pretty
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
That I would like to see.
I will 100% buy that. That's about all as far as what I would buy. They are doing some cool Godzilla stuff for the new movie. It looks cool. Yeah. I'm just not a big Godzilla fan. And they're doing 2-packs of the 1990s Ninja Turtles. Like, they look like they're straight out of the cartoon. They don't look like the old toys that are kind of crappy. They're really detailed looking paint-wise, great articulation. They're sculpted really well. It looks like you took the thing out of the TV screen and put it in a box.
Interesting.
So not the biggest Turtles fan, but they are really cool if you're a Turtles fan.
Yeah. There's always a market for them, too.
That's all I had with NECA. But then some of the other off-the-wall shit. So Reaction, they're doing Rocky 4. The greatest movie of all time.
Oh, God.
So gonna get a dead Apollo. You get Rocky in the training, like Siberian beard and all that shit, the winter coat. And then, of course, you get regular Rocky, and I think there's 2 Dragos. So fucking awesome. And probably even a greater announcement, if there could be one.
Uh-oh.
Teen Wolf Reaction figures.
Shut the front door.
You get fucking Michael J, full werewolf. You get
Yeah.
him in the basketball uniform, and then you get one in the Letterman's jacket.
So the werewolf in the basketball uniform?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm buying those.
That is
They
awesome.
need to make the fat kid, though, from Leprechaun. I don't remember his name in the movie, but, man, you need to make him. Make him an exclusive or something.
What about the principal, too? Wasn't he? That was like the arch enemy of the father. You should make the father and the principal, too.
Yeah. Make a whole line of these.
The
Two
chick-
is not enough.
This girlfriend, whatever her name was.
Can we get a box set of the van so I can make Michael J. Fox breakdancing on top of the van?
Sweet.
$40 box set. I'm sold.
But you would never open it, so there it would sit.
That would be cool, though. You could package them on top of the van, just like spinning. Maybe you press a button and it spins, like you plug them into the top, on a peg,
Oh,
and it's motorized to spin them around.
And
Now
it
we're
has-
at like
and
a
it has
$100 price point, but
and it has a Bluetooth speaker so you can play the music. Oh, that'd be fucking sweet.
and then you just hook it up, to any Bluetooth you want, and then it'll play
Yeah.
whatever songs you want.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now we're at a $300 price point. I'm still sold. They're also doing a new Masters of the Universe wave. I think it's going to be wave 4. Shadow Weaver, I think Multibot. So those are pretty cool. And then the last thing, which kind of makes me cry because of the price point, is Mega Constructs is finally doing a Castle Grayskull.
Uh-oh. How much?
It's 3,600 pieces. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's $250, which isn't bad for that amount of pieces, honestly.
No.
But I'm like, do I want to spend $250 on a Lego set?
I haven't spent the money on the Millennium Falcon.
I've been wanting a Castle Grayskull since they've been doing the figures, and they finally did the Wind Raider. And it's like, every time I'm like, they need to make Castle Grayskull. I was expecting $100 tops.
No. That's got to be at least $150 to $200 minimum.
Well, it's $250. So
$250. You're going to get it.
if it was Snake Mountain, it would be no question in my mind. I would buy it, which will probably come out next, depending how this sells.
Well, you got to be one of those people that shows the interest, so then they make Snake Mountain. So therefore, you need to buy it.
I need to buy it.
I just justified it for you to spend a couple nights in the doghouse.
And I'm never going to open it. It's not even like I can build this thing. It will sit in the box. There's no way.
I'd build it.
Nope. I didn't open the Wind Raider. That's only $20. I'm not even buying an extra of it. No. I'm not going to do it.
I'd open up the Millennium Falcon and build it in a heartbeat.
I can't do it. I would die as I'm putting the pieces together. I bought the Walking Dead McFarlane Lego things. I bought like Dale's RV and the prison tower and all this stuff. Full intentions of opening it and actually building them. They're still in the box, and it's been, 5 years? I don't know.
I have a couple of those. Those sets suck, though. They look cool. They're the biggest pains in the asses to fucking put together. Your thumbs will hurt by the time you're done. They do not snap together well. Another McFarlane failure.
Yeah, failure. See?
Oh my God, dude, you cannot fuck with Lego. I'm sorry. Lego makes the best building block toys. They do.
I will say that Mega Constructs, I noticed zero difference between them and Lego.
I noticed a difference in the quality of the plastic. I'm sorry, but you could tell. You can tell.
I can't tell. I don't know. I've done equal amount of sets. I really can't tell the difference.
I don't know. I'm loyal to the Lego.
You are a homer with certain things.
Well, hey, they're the best, man. They put out the best sets and the most, man. They do everything. Lego.
Mega Constructs has cooler features in their Legos. Honestly, they do more action things. There's a lot more light up scenes.
Well, if that's what you want, then you get the Mega Constructs. But
I'm just saying,
Lego has that classic. It's just
for the same
Lego.
quality with light up shit. It is kind of cooler. Do you want the ship to light up or just sit there?
Again, it depends what you want. Lego ain't going anywhere, so
Just depends on the property, obviously.
True.
You're not going to find a Lego or a Mega Construct Star Wars.
Right.
It's just not going to happen.
Nope. Bye-bye.
So that's all I had on Toy Fair, man. I don't know if we're missing anything, but
Well, I looked up the Star Wars Celebration exclusives for you. You're not getting them.
6 inches.
6 inches.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
$25.
It's a good price. I mean, they're $20 at the store, so.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I would love to get them.
Put it this way. If I go to Star Wars Celebration, I'll buy them as a memento. I'm not going to worry about ordering them on eBay for... They're probably going to be $50 a piece. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, I wouldn't overpay, but I could get the chance to get them. Yes, absolutely, 100%. I think they're cool. I think they're cool as shit. I love the detail on them. I think Darth Maul, the coolest character of that movie, he looks badass, man. It is a job well done. But is that it for Toy Fair?
That's all we got, yo.
All right. So
Till next year, 2020.
we'll see if
When McFarlane shows their DC Universe figures.
we'll see if we get 2 years in a row of awesome Toy Fair.
We'll see.
Maybe this is starting a streak. Hopefully. So let us know what you thought about the Toy Fair. What excited you coming out of New York this time? Let us know. Send us an email, dysfunctionalnerdcast@gmail.com. Check us out on Twitter. What's that?
at D Nerdcast.
right? And the Facebook page.
Yeah,
Just search us there.
let us know how many dead presidents you'll be dropping on all this Toy Fair crap.
Yeah.
I'm in for
Other one.
a couple K on this. Easily. Just on NECA and Star Wars alone, so.
Yeah. Suck good.
Yeah.
All right. Round 2, second part. Part 2.
Happy Death Day to you!
You're ridiculous.
Are people confused yet?
They might be.
The fuck's Marty McFly have to do with Happy Death Day 2?
Well, if you saw the movie, you might know.
It's Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
But the movie does acknowledge it, which I will give them props for. So
Yeah.
the first movie was basically Groundhog's Day.
Right.
And they also acknowledge it in that movie. He even says something in there along the lines of, what do you think this is, Groundhog's Day? Well, they do the same thing in this movie. They're trying to go back in time, I guess, or they have to do, this movie deals with alternate universes.
Yeah, there's a which I thought was a reference to any kind of comic.
Yeah, I thought
Thing
DC was referenced.
They brought in the multiverse.
Right.
So, good comic reference. So,
But they're worried about seeing their multiverse self, kind of like Marty McFly. And he even says something. He's like, this is just like Back to the Future too.
right.
And of course, Tree has no idea what Back to the Future is. And he's like, the DeLorean? And she's just lost.
Yeah.
So that's our reference to Back to the Future.
Those young kids have
Makes
no
sense
clue.
now. So what I liked about this movie is it was a lot different from the original movie. And it's hard to make a movie. Watching the trailer, it looked like it was going to be the same exact movie as the first one. For one, you're dealing about a movie with loops. So the movie itself is repetitious.
Right.
Now you're making a sequel about a repetitious movie. How do you make it that different? I thought the movie was entirely different than the first one. I don't even think it was the same genre.
No, I agree with you. The first one was more of a horror comedy. This one was more of just like, it was on the same feel as a Back to the Future movie. It was just a teenage movie. It didn't even really scream horror at all to me.
No, not really.
It was a comedy. It was just like a college movie because they're in college. And it's just like something that could go awry at college. It was a little sci-fi. It was more sci-fi, I think, than anything.
They advertise this movie, during their interviews. It's sci-fi, it's mystery, it's drama, it's comedy, it's a little bit of rom-com in there.
I think
Straight comedy.
It hit on those points, honestly.
It had everything in it. Yeah. I don't know if that makes it good or bad for people, but it definitely hit on all of those cues.
Yes.
And the first movie, like you said, it was more horror comedy. It dealt with solving the murderer and actually finding him and who is the babyface killer. This one was not so much about the killer, but how do we get out of this time loop? Right. It was how do we solve what happened?
Yeah, basically.
Had nothing to do with the killer.
So they have an experiment that goes awry, and then there's multiverse shit happens, and then they have to reset these loops and do everything. That's the main story. It's not figuring out really who the killer is. It's not, we all know that they're going to die over and over,
Because technically from the first movie, she already knows who the killer is.
Right.
And things kind of change in this movie because she is in a different universe, so it's the same characters, but they're slightly different.
Right. She's in a different multi. She's on another plane. And they explain these 6 planes of 6 dimensions of, the universe. And she went out of one and into another. So, and then all this hilarity ensues. And trials and tribulations and,
The other thing I liked about this movie is I thought, compared to the first one, it was much more self-aware that it was stupid. So the first one, I thought they tried to take it really serious and it just happened to be funny. But I don't think that was necessarily their intention. This one, it felt like we know this is just bonkers. Let's just go with it. Let's have fun and let's embrace it. And I thought they did that.
I agree. And I like this one a lot more than I like the other one.
Really?
Yeah.
This is shocking me. So I guess we'll save the review part for the end. But
no.
So we'll get in a little bit more about the plot details, I guess.
Sure. Spoiler rich as usual.
So basically, Tree gets, like we said, in the multiverse. The one that she goes to now, her mom is alive.
Right.
So she kind of wants to stay in that universe so she can be with her mom. And then she has that tug of heart. Well, the boyfriend is not her boyfriend in this universe where her mom's alive.
Right. He's the boyfriend of her arch nemesis in the sorority that she belongs to. So, it's totally different, totally weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Ultimately, I guess the boyfriend wins out over the mom. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. But they brought that up because she's not of that universe, okay, where the boyfriend is not her boyfriend. Then she's already lived in the world where her mom died. So she's already had that happen. She knows about it. That's the world she truly belongs in. So she's just fooling herself to stay in this one. And she wouldn't be happy because she would have the memory of this awesome boyfriend who really saw her for who she was in the first movie. She'd be losing out on that. But your mom's already dead. So she's already lived through that and had that heartache and pain. But you're going to have your boyfriend.
And they allude to it in the movie that she's just living basically a false life because the memories that the mom has of them together, she has no recollection of. So she's like, oh, remember when we went for Sundays, I think it was, on her birthday? She's like,
cinnamon bun.
Cinnamon bun. And she's like, no, I don't remember that. So to her, these memories are made up. It's not real.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the boyfriend makes a point of like, you have a chance to say goodbye to somebody, which nobody gets the chance to do. And actually, I found that part pretty heart-wrenching, to be honest. Like, I think if anybody's lost someone close to them, it's like you would cherish that moment. And it was kind of gut-wrenching.
It was.
I'm a pussy, I know, but...
No, that was like the most emotional part of the film. I was thinking, we're probably going to agree. Like, it was a sappy moment. And it does. It makes you think. How this movie made you think like that, I have no fucking clue, but it did.
It goes to say a lot for our viewership. Like, this was the most intellectual movie I've seen in, like, 3 years.
Happy Death Day to you! Made me think philosophically about life and all that it...
The true meaning.
Yeah.
Oh. But you made the point about, the boyfriend in there saying, like, she's in the other world with him. In this universe, though, he was starting to fall for her. I think she could have had both. She could have had the mom survive plus win the boyfriend anyway.
Maybe.
Because he fought with the sorority girl. She comes up to him at one point. Oh, what are you doing talking to her? And he's like, listen, I'm too busy for you. I got things to do. And they had that look in their eye like, all right, we're about to make it.
Yeah, and ultimately, she cheats on him anyway in the new universe. So you probably would have found that out anyway. Or you kind of did. But, so maybe it would have worked out. But really, you can't, like you said, you can't fool yourself. You can't, you got to live the life you were living.
And the boyfriend says to her, the fact that she died, that did make you who you are. It's why. Yeah. And it's true. So
yeah, absolutely. The cool thing, too, that I liked about it, I was wondering, like, the beginning of the movie. Now, in the first movie, Ryan is the one that busts in the dorm room. He had to sleep in the car because the boyfriend's sleeping with, Tree in the room. Well, he never did, though.
Yes. He had to have at least in one of those fucking scenarios.
Well, he would hope, if not afterwards, multiple times. So the dude,
I would plant her a tree. Sorry.
So the dude that always busts in the door, he's the one that's now waking up. He's the one that initially gets killed, and resets this thing. And it's the experiment that he's working on that caused all this shit to happen in the first place. So he wakes up in his car that smelled like Hot Pockets and feet, which I remembered from the first one. He's like, dude, don't make me sleep in my car again. It smells like Hot Pockets and feet. Yeah, college car, right? So he walks down. He gets up out of the car. Garbage falls out of the car. He gets up on the sidewalk. The woman walks by with the dog. He goes to pet the dog. The dog barks at him. He's like, all these things happen. The bum pops up from the bushes. You got any money? He's like, no, I don't have any money. And then all these other things along the way. Will you sign my petition? That girl's back again, different clothes because it's the next day. He gets killed, resets, that shit starts happening again. But it's only the first day that he realizes something went wrong, which I'm so glad they didn't drag it the fuck out.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He knew right away.
It wasn't very long.
Because he was a little bit more smarter than she was, She portrayed that, kind of ditzy, college student. He's this kid who could have gone to MIT, he said. So he figures out that I've been through this. I'm having deja vu. And then she realizes, oh, really? And then realizes it's the same fucking day.
Yeah, so
But I like it was quick.
for them to get on the same page too, they do a montage of the first movie in case you haven't seen it, and it's literally 30 seconds. It's
Yeah.
like we did this, this, and this, and he's like, my brain's ready to explode. I don't even know, like, what are you on, drugs? Because obviously it's not a believable story.
Right.
So that's how Tree and Ryan, you said his name's Ryan?
Yeah.
That's how they get on the same page. So it's very quick.
Yeah, and I'm glad they did it. Because if I had to watch this scene over and over and over and over and over, which is the point of the first movie, it's not really the point of this movie.
And that's what I was worried about, because the trailer kind of made it look that way, that they were just going to relive the same day. And I'm like, we've already had an hour and a half of that. Now you're going to give me another hour and a half of reliving the same thing with a different person's perspective? Ugh.
So kudos to them for not dragging it the hell out.
Yeah, it went totally different.
Yeah. And I like that it was that different, whatever, say it was like the fourth dimension that she pops into of these six. And the characters were different. Like the girl that killed her in the first movie isn't a bad girl.
Right.
She's like her friend, helps her out, things like that. So each character then developed a different personality, which, was awesome.
The teacher that she's basically becoming a homewrecker for, it's now her friend is the homewrecker.
Oh, yeah.
And she doesn't, the teacher doesn't know who she is. Mm-hmm. So she's trying to figure things out the whole movie because she thinks she knows these people, but she really doesn't. So that's where she always gets thrown a twist.
Right.
And then, you start to think, well, maybe she's just crazy at some points, too.
Maybe.
The only thing I didn't kind of like, it's not that I have a major fault with the part, but you said Ryan, he meets his other self at one point where
Yes, that's towards the
himself
beginning.
is the baby face killer. And they unmask him and he realizes, oh my God, it's me.
Right, but he was doing it for a reason, right?
Because he knew he was just going to make things worse and worse by doing these experiments. But as he's reliving the day, they never bring back up that he has a killer. So if you're reliving it day after day, just like Tree is, this person should still be trying to kill him day after day. And they never allude to that at any other point in the movie.
Right, it ends up being somebody else as the babyface killer.
But that's, I think, for her death, not for his death.
All right. See, this is where I got this. that might have been where I was. This is where I.
This is why you cannot put a chronological order to Back to the Future, Terminator.
No,
it totally mind fucks you.
Anything where you get into time travel, it makes zero fucking sense. No, not one of them makes sense. I mean, you have to be uber nerd geek dork to figure this shit out. I'm average nerd, so I'm like. But if this happened, that offsets that, and then the whole butterfly effect shit, which I did bring up a butterfly effect, I think, in there. This was a good reference. I was like, what happened to that killer, Ryan the killer? But now it's the doctor being the killer, but then it's her universe. But what happened to his universe? Isn't she in his universe?
Right.
But the day, because when she was reliving the day, like his day reset, right? He comes in, figures it out in a second time. Oh shit, something's gone wrong. They go through this whole thing. She realizes it's the same day. It's the 18th, not the 19th. Right? So she's still reliving that day, but she's also reliving it in another universe? I don't know.
Yeah, she's reliving the same day in a different universe because she wants to get back to her original universe where she broke the cycle and is out of it. So that's why the whole time she's like, I'm tired of dying over and over for you people. Figure it out. And that's how they eventually figured out. She has to memorize all the formulas that they use.
Right.
So she basically becomes a quantum physicist herself by memorizing their shit that they do day to day. And then when she has to retell them the following day, it's like, nope, we don't need to do any of these formulas. They failed. Let's go to a next one. And eventually they figure out, all right, there's only one formula left. Right. It's the one that works.
Now, when she's in that one figuring out all these formulas, who's in the original universe?
Probably the one she flip-flopped with.
So did they flip-flop?
Maybe she flip-flopped. Maybe that's why she never saw herself, which I was hoping was going to happen. I wanted that Marty McFly moment where it's like, oh, I can't be seen because this is going to really fuck up with the time-space continuum. I mean, she never saw herself. So that was a little bit of my own personal want that they didn't do, but
it wasn't that big of a thing. But overall, that was a good story, though. You know, it worked. Everything worked. You know, the comedy aspects, I think it wasn't thrown in your face, but you know, there was slapstick comedy.
I laughed a decent amount in this movie.
I chuckled. I didn't laugh.
I can't remember most of the parts. I laughed at all the non-political correctness jokes. So Ryan walks in and he pretends he doesn't speak English, and he's like, "No one's speaking English."
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that was hilarious.
I laughed. And then the chick, her friend tries to play a blind girl.
That was hilarious.
And she's wrapped in a blanket, and the guy's like, "Go to the light."
Yeah.
To a blind chick.
He's like, "Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing to say." Yeah, so she's supposed to be like, what, a drama? She's trying to get into a play or something on campus. And this is the sorority chick that was Tree's enemy in the first one. The total bitch, right? The sorority bitch. And now they're kind of friends and working it out. And so they're like, we need a distraction because they stole this thing that created the time loop thing and this disruption in the universe, the science experiment. So the dean of schools takes it and they got to get it back. We got to cause a distraction. I love how like 20-year-old kids can figure everything out to this caper, you know, like
this was like the most ridiculous part of the movie,
but it was funny.
It was really corny though,
but it was funny corny. Like you knew it was bad.
Yeah, but I mean, she's walking around with a fucking stick pretending to be Daredevil, and she's smacking shit, hitting them, you know.
Yeah, hits him in the face, hits him in the shins, and like, you know, busts his nose. She tries to get the keys that are on a table across the room, and she runs across the room while his nose is bleeding, and he's like, "How'd you get over there so quickly?" You know, and like you said, this tapestry blanket thing on the wall, when it falls down, dude, it's just, that's the slapstick comedy aspect. It's like so out of place in the movie too. You know?
Kinda, yeah.
It really is. It's like Three Stooges shit. That's what it was, you know? And I'm like, but it worked. It was so corny of a movie, it fucking worked.
And then the part where the gay guy's in it again, and she just walks up to him and yells in his face, "You're gay!" Yeah. I laughed. I don't know if that's good or bad for me, but I did laugh.
No, but those moments that, you know, the Ryan, you know, he's Asian, he does the whole thing, no speak English, you know, like you said, the political incorrect stuff was there on purpose to make you laugh, and it did make you laugh.
The Indian guy's like, you know, if I get expelled from school, my parents are going to hang me by my nuts or balls or something. Yeah. And then this frumpy girl, very weird looking, she's like, well, yeah, my parents are going to do the same, minus the balls part.
Yeah.
Even though she looked like a dude, but it was humor like that was throughout. It was pretty consistent throughout the movie.
Yeah, you know what? It was potty humor without like dick and fart jokes. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
it was lighthearted stuff. You know?
I mean, it's a PG-13 movie to start, right? So you're not looking for the Hangover type comedy, the over the top, you know, like comedy that almost makes you kind of vomit because it's fucking over the top.
It's not raunchy by any means.
You know, it's just a good lighthearted film. And that comedy worked in it. Liked it.
I laughed too when you don't even know who this is, but Janelle from Teen Mom was shown on the screen. It just made me
I would
laugh.
have zero clue. I don't even. The fact that you know this
rock on Janelle
disgusts me.
Barbara, keep it real.
You make fun of me for some of the shit that I watch and the things that I like.
Where's Nathan at?
The hot dog?
The hot dog. Her ex-boyfriend.
You were. Oh my God, I'm speechless. I know you watched the Kardashians and all that other fucking shit.
I was
so bizarre.
I forgot the Janelle scene was in the first movie too. I forgot.
I would not even know what scene that fucking shit is. So.
And then the one funny death I really liked was the plane parachuting death.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she looked hot in it, but that wasn't the reason necessarily why. But right as she's about to impact, she gives the screen like the double middle finger. And she splatters in front of her boyfriend in the other universe, which is dating her sorority friend. And the blood splatters all over them and they're like disgusted.
That was funny.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, nobody even thinks of, well, how did this chick get into the plane in the bikini just to jump out without a parachute?
Yeah.
You know, because it's like one of those learn to skydive things. Your first time up, you're not just jumping by yourself anyway, but it works. It's that kind of film.
And I said she looked like Blake Lively on crack in the first review.
Yeah, you gave her a harsh
I think she's more like Blake Lively on like pot this time around, but she looks cute.
She's cute, man. I like that scene for the bikini.
And I did like too, the whole time because she wears pretty much the same clothes as the first movie,
The dumpster funk shirt.
the entire movie. And at one point, she does say, "I have to get out of this clothes. It's disgusting." I was like, "Thank you. You're finally breaking the cycle here." So, stuff like that. The movie was very self-aware.
Yeah, and the one thing I did like was even the first movie, eventually all these deaths did start to take a toll on her. She started to hurt. So there you realize you're the cat with 9 lives and you're running out of time. So that adds a little bit more of an element to the movie of like trying to resolve something. It's not just going to go on forever. You have now a bigger purpose too, because you're going to die trying to get back.
Yeah, there are some consequences.
Yeah.
I did like when she drank the liquid Drano too.
Oh yeah, the guy looks at her down the aisle in the supermarket.
Yeah,
She just looks at it like, all right. At this point, she's like, died how many times? She's like, what can I do differently? Oh, train out. And the guy's like, no, don't do it. And he's like, runs off to go get somebody. I thought that was funny.
So overall, I thought it was pretty good. Like, if they weren't self-aware of it, the movie would have been a disaster. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was just a fun movie.
It was a fun movie.
I'm surprised. I really thought you were going to really, really hate this.
What did I tell you? I think a month ago, I said, I'm probably going to like this movie a lot better than the first one because I know how ridiculously stupid the first one was. And that wasn't what I was expecting in that one entirely. And I was just like, and I was so let down by it.
It was, my false marketing.
Yeah, it was.
It was marketed as like a teenage slasher, PG-13 slasher, and it really wasn't.
No, not at all. And you liked it too because it was around your birthday and, you had your themed birthday party around it. So I think that helped you in that. You're like, it's cool, This was a lot better. And I think because you said they were self-aware about it, I knew going into it, it's going to be fucking ridiculous. But I also think the story was better. I thought the writing was better. The acting was maybe a little bit better, but still the same actors. But it's like because they knew and they built upon it, it's a joke of that movie in a way.
Yeah,
they made that movie look like a joke. Now, I rewatched it again Friday night with the boy. And we went the next day to go see it. And I'm watching it, and still the first one, I might have said this last year, it felt like a made-for-TV movie. That's what it was. It was like AMC made it, or Sci-Fi made it. It was just, okay, something I could have seen on TV. There was nothing outlandish about it. The deaths weren't crazy. You see all this shit on The Walking Dead as far as gore is concerned, or not. So I still had that feeling about it, and I still think it's just, I stand by my rating on that movie. But this one, because they were aware of what they made in the first one and improved upon it, it's a better movie.
And they kept a lot of things. So I guess going back to watch the first one, there's a lot of things that were in the sequel. And they hadn't really no intention of making a sequel after the first movie. But like the kid in his dorm room has a Back to the Future poster on his wall. They obviously didn't add that in this movie. He had it in the original. But they're like, just from that poster, we're going to make a Back to the Future type 2 movie. And they did it. Like, there were so many things explainable. Like you said, the stinky feet in the car thing. There's so many of those references that they just perfectly picked out to translate into this movie.
Yeah. And you finally find out why he was bending over getting something when she woke up. Right. He's looking underneath the desk. And how fucking stupid that he's looking for his rubber mouth guard so he doesn't grind his teeth at night.
The other thing I like, the mascot of Bayfield is this stupid baby. Like, it makes zero sense. So the first time you're watching, like, why would anyone have a baby as a mascot? This is dumb. And that's like one of the things you kind of hate about the movie. It's like, it's so unrealistic. Well, this one, the kid even says, Ryan, I think he says, what school has a mascot as a baby?
Yeah, I think
it makes no sense.
I think it's what he says. I should have gone to MIT.
Yeah. And then they show a baby like in full like mascot gear, and he has this big baby bottle, and he's like dousing it in his face. It's just like, can you imagine that taking place at a basketball game? It's totally ridiculous, but it worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
It worked, and it did. I mean,
I thought it was. I'm not going to say obviously it's not the best sequel of all time,
No, but
but I thought it was one of the most original sequels I've ever seen because it was such a far departure from the first one, yet was in the same universe or same series. Like it didn't go
Yeah.
totally off the walls. They totally blend together, but yet are totally different.
yes, I agree with that. 100%. I agree. Now, do you think they're going to make the third? And did you stay for the post-credit scene?
No, I didn't know there was a post credit.
I didn't know, but for some reason, well, the kid takes his shoes off every time we go to the movies. I don't know why, and I apologize to anybody.
Yeah, this
who
is where you
smells his
smell the
feet.
stinky feet. Like people are like, this is a
It's
this is a
smell-o-vision.
4D experience.
Yeah, exactly, it's smell-o-vision. So that's my kid's feet. So he's putting his shoes on, and all of a sudden, this post-credit scene comes up. Did you read about it?
No, well, all I saw coming in the movie was there's definitely a third movie. There's no doubt about it. How do they not make a third one? And when I watched it, I was like, how do you make a third one? I thought it was resolved, but obviously this post credits probably why.
Right. So they're back at college. Everything's normal, right? And they're just hanging out on the quad at the campus, and these black Suburbans pull up. Bunch of them. Men in suits get out, and women in suits get out. Excuse me, you're gonna have to come with us. We're with DARPA. I'm like, what the fuck is DARPA?
Isn't that from Lost?
Is it?
I think DARPA
never
was the
wa-
organization in Lost. I'm not a Lost geek, so
Me neither. I
Maybe
never
I'm
watched it.
misinformed here, but
Never watched it. But these guys come up. You have to come with us. We have some questions about you. Blah, blah, blah. We're DARPA, this, that, the other thing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You're kind of like, all right. It kind of took like a serious tone. It was weird. They go to this underground facility and everything. And there's the object that they made, this sphere with the electricity that caused the rift in the time-space continuum.
can you hold this thought for 1 second?
Yeah.
I loved the part where she electrocutes herself in the bathtub, and we had the 80s electrocution effects.
Oh, yeah.
All right, continue on. Then she wakes up with the fried frizzy
Yeah,
hair.
exactly.
Fucking again, totally ridiculous.
Now, how does she wake up with the fried frizzy hair? Like, some of the things, like, how did that carry over? That made no sense.
It did in the first movie though too, because
yeah,
like
but
parts.
it still makes no sense.
I don't know. Like she woke up when she drank the Drano. Like she woke
Yeah.
up gagging and she needed water right away. I don't know.
This kind of didn't really make sense. But so they're in this facility and they're like, we need to know how to use this thing. And they're like, oh, well, it's just algorithms, this, that, the other thing that, only one works. They're like, yeah, we can't get it to work. But it seems like it's a military government type organization, super secret. They need to know how to use this either for military reasons or to stop other people from using it or to stop other things coming from a multiverse into this universe. Who knows? It does kind of leave it open for the third movie.
So are we gonna have like aliens transported in or something?
I don't know. Or is it,
Like since you
or are they
made
going to
it,
use it for, going to another multiverse that solves something? And I don't know. But they, before you ask your question, what they said, we need a test subject. Okay. So Ryan knows the formula. We need a test subject to test these alternate universe things. Tree goes, I have the perfect candidate. Who do you think it is?
I have no idea.
The sorority bitch. She wakes up screaming because she already died and woke up again screaming. And that's the end. Leaves it open, I guess.
Well, yeah,
or it
so
doesn't.
It's in her
like,
world that.
Yeah.
But to me, if you're gonna make another one, as much as this one got so much more ridiculous than the first, you have to multiply that again for the third one. So the third one compared to the first has to just be totally, totally outrageous. You have to amp it up yet again.
Or does this take a little bit more serious turn?
No, I don't want that. I think you have to just multiply it, which could lead to, unfortunately, something really dumb and just so out there you don't even comprehend it. But hey, that's a chance you got to take. It's a third of a freaking Happy Death Day series. You know what I mean? What are you going to do?
Yeah, the name of the fucking movie series is Happy Death Day. Like, I don't know. It was an interesting ending. Post-credit scenes. Where do you see post-credit scenes? Mostly the fucking comic book movies. So to have something in that, kind of still, it even pokes fun at that. You get a little bit of a Men in Black kind of feel to it for some reason. I use that in a lack of better terms. I'm not a big Men in Black fan. But, leaves it open. I like the post credit.
I'll say too, I bought the movie poster of this obviously before I saw it.
Yeah.
Just because I have a poster frame outside my theater room where I kind of keep it holiday themed. So, Halloween, obviously during Halloween, I got The Purge with the Uncle Sam guy, use him for like 4th of July. We got Black Christmas for Christmas, whatever. So like during the birthday months, I put up Happy Death Day too, because it's got the guy blowing out the candle or the cupcake with the candle on it. So I was really hoping the movie was going to be good, so I didn't have this like terribly shitty poster up. But I'm glad it worked out in my favor.
It works. Wait a minute. So you bought the second movie poster?
I did, because it was just a cooler poster because it has the babyface killer in the background. The first one's literally just the cake.
Right.
So it's kind of just lettering. It wasn't that exciting.
So your birthday was recently, right?
It was.
And the first movie came out around your birthday, right?
On DVD.
On DVD.
It was in October, or it was Friday the 13th that the movie came out.
In 17,
think in
right?
October. And then it came out in January on DVD.
All right. So it's cool. You got 2 years in a row of that.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
But since it was your birthday, right? And I told you last time, off air, I forgot something. For months. This is now like the second month in a row.
And I forgot he told me this till now. So
yeah, and I just remembered because you're talking about birthdays and blah, blah, blah. So I got you something.
Oh, my God.
And this goes back to fucking Christmas time because I wanted to have like this whole Christmas thing.
So do I have to like pretend to like this, or am I going to like it?
No, you'll like it.
Okay.
Okay? So it's been sitting here.
He's pulling out his penis, folks.
You wish. So it's been sitting here. It's got Star Wars Christmas wrapping paper.
I hate it already.
Okay. So this has been hanging around since Christmas because I'm a nice enough fucking guy.
See, now I feel like the schlub because I didn't get anything like.
Well,
and you hate Christmas.
I do. That's why I'm doing it, because it's even funnier.
Oh my God.
But what's even funnier is
you are fucking Leslie Knope right now. Do you realize this?
But I forgot about it for 2 months. So how fucking important is Christmas to me? Not really. So this is your Christmas, birthday, and fuck you present all
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
Folks. So I open it live on air?
Yeah, open it up, man. So excuse the crinkle of the paper, but what do you think it is?
It feels like a pen or something, like a lightsaber pen, perhaps.
Open.
Could be a vibrator. We don't know. The anticipation.
No batteries required.
Is it killing you?
No,
It runs on sun power. It is a pen. And it is a Friday the 13th pen. It is actually very cool. I don't have to pretend to like it.
And it
lights up.
it projects an image of.
Someone gave me a Batman versus Superman one, and you press the button and the Superman logo appears.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, this is awesome, dude. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Wow.
See?
Now I have to pretend to be nice for the rest of this episode.
Which is almost over anyway, so you don't have much to go.
Phew! Thank God. Oh, that's very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So now next year, I have to get a Christmas gift because I'll be like, well, he'll probably get me something.
What if I don't get you anything?
But then it makes it even, so that'll be all right.
Oh, so now I got to get you something even more expensive than $2.
Up the ante.
Did I take the price tag off of it?
I don't know. I didn't look that hard into it. Yeah.
All right.
I might have to do the pre-production notes with this special pen.
There you go.
Think of the podcast every time.
That's what I was thinking. Exactly what I was thinking when I got that.
So back to the movie, quick. It was what did you not like about it? Like, was there anything you really? I mean, we're pretty high praised about this, which I'm shocked.
Yeah. I think like the doctor's wife was annoying. Like having her pop up as like, so the doctor.
See, I didn't mind that because it reminded me of Scream, where it's like you think you have the killer, and then there's always that random killer that shows up. I thought it was homage to Scream,
but it was almost like they added too much into it. There were parts where I'm like, what else can they add into the movie? There's a lot going on in this movie. So every extra thing, it's almost like there was too much, but it's a minor gripe, honestly. There is too much going on, but it kind of works. That was like the lamest thing for me, honestly. Because you still have the original killer, but since it's an alternate universe where she's not sleeping with the doctor and the doctor's wife wasn't an issue in the first one. It is now. And then Now she forgives the husband for cheating on her, so she's just going to kill
Well,
everybody
she says,
too.
she's like, I can't let a sorority whore ruin my life. So I don't even think
Yeah.
she wants it known. So she just has to accept it because if she gets a divorce, then.
But I think she was still
acknowledging
accepting of the husband and would have stayed with him.
Yeah,
And then
because she didn't
yeah.
want to acknowledge that a sorority person
All right.
ruined her
Then,
life.
he just ends up killing her. They end up
Yeah, he's
killing
like, I
him.
wanted a
It's like,
divorce.
Yeah.
Bang.
That was a good line. That was a good line. That's the second I want a divorce. The first one is Vince McMahon.
Oh, absolutely.
I want a divorce.
So that's what we need post credit
Yeah.
on this. You need to find that clip.
I love that.
Done
Vince
and
McMahon.
done.
Yeah. Oh, Vince McMahon divorcing her. Yeah, that's great. Anyway, that's like the lamest part. So there were a little bit too much. Could have been scaled back a little.
For me, I can't really pick out anything like in particular. I mean, the blind French thing was a little much. I thought the dean was a little much, but every dean in every college atmosphere is always a little much.
But that harkens back to Animal House, to
Like Van Wilder, American Pie, College, whatever ones.
Real Genius. You have that kind of thing going on, and there's a little bit of
How High.
There's a little bit of real, little bit of Real Genius. I just thought about that. Ever seen Real Genius?
I have not.
Val Kilmer.
No.
Oh my god, it's classic '80s. College kids create weapons for the military without knowing it. So, nerdy kids, kind of close to it. And the dean's like this professor, not a dean in this case, is tricking him into doing it. But here the dean takes all the stuff away. So you got a little 80s, nostalgia going on in there. Besides the Back to the Future, which was prominent throughout the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't really have a problem with it per se, but it just was at times where you do roll your eyes of like, all right, this is really pretty stupid. I'm enjoying it though. That's why I can't really hate on it, because I enjoyed it.
But isn't that awesome though? This is definitely a movie to check your fucking head at the door.
Oh, you have to. If you don't, you will think the movie's a 1 and hate it.
I mean, the CGI was not great. In some
like
parts.
I said, the 80s lightning bolts were.
Yeah. But it was done on purpose. So
Yeah,
does
I
that
think it
make it
was.
okay? I understand like your point if there's a modern movie and it's like, I don't want to check my head at the door. It should be modern CGI. I understand your point on that. But this is definitely a movie, dude. You got to go in knowing it's a brainless movie. It really is.
It is.
So it's a good, even Sunday afternoon movie. And it's not something like, I got nothing better to do. I might as well go see Happy Death Day to you.
Yeah, it's not. I agree. It's not that. I just had a ton of fun watching it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fun movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can't say that about many movies. Even if it's good, it's not necessarily fun. You're like,
correct.
That was good, but did I really enjoy it per se? Like, I wasn't laughing. Like, I don't know. I just had a good time. I felt like I was just hanging out laughing with people.
Yeah, and I mean, acting wise, it's not the greatest acting. Production wise, it's not the greatest production.
I thought Tree was up for an Academy Award. No,
was she?
No.
You're like, I don't know what the fuck else she's been in. I mean,
no.
Fuck you. I give you a nice gift, and this is the way you treat me. Anyway, the things that make good movies good, in quotation marks, weren't there, but the fun factor kind of, you oversee that. So, it's a little bit of a weird movie to rate because honestly, the acting's not that great. The CGI is not that great. You bitch about CGI all the time, but it fits in this movie.
Yeah, because it's not a CGI infused movie.
Right.
It's not supposed to be.
Right. Like when she's falling through the air, I mean, that's pretty bad. You can tell the difference, and just like the overall like laughter and the middle fingers and the splurt of blood,
And when she falls off the clock tower backwards, you have that old 80s thing where it's a still picture in the back and you see somehow moving. But
it worked.
I think we teased our review long enough. What do you rate this?
I wanted you to go first, but
I'm pretty sure I gave the first one a 6.
You
if
did.
I remember correctly.
I think.
So based on that, I did like this one more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a solid 7. Very solid 7.
All right. You did give it a 6.
Okay.
I gave it a 3.
Oh.
Because I didn't like it when I saw it. I remember just like, oh, I'm watching this because he's making me, No, but I think because of all the reasons that we said, a 6. I have to move it up to a 6.
Well, that's a hell of an increase from a 3.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can't give it a 7 because I gave the first one a 3, and I still stand by that 3. I think this was 1,000 times better.
And this shot, I really thought you were going to give it worse. I really did.
No, I like I said, man, I told you, I think I'm going to like this a lot better because I know what I'm getting my ass into.
Am I in the multiverse now where we have like a Josh who actually knows movies and somehow I don't know, you did an experiment. I don't know.
No, actually, the whole last year, I was just fucking with you.
So I got to get into the dollars and cents of this movie, right?
Sure.
The first movie made $55 million and it was only a $5 million budget. Right now, it's at $13.5 million and it's a $9 million budget for the sequel. So I guess it's going to take a 4-day total because of President's Day weekend here. So we don't have it. It's only Sunday right now. We don't have those figures. But right now, 13.5, I guess that's all right. I mean, it's not a monster by any means, but $9 million budget, they're probably going to finish around 30 to 40 million. I think that's what they expect.
Yeah, I don't think you can expect much more for this type of movie.
Sequels always do less than the original. So if you had 55 million, I would think 40 or so plus then their DVD sales and that. Like, I don't know. Hopefully it's good enough that we get the third one. Why the hell not at this point?
I think you do. I think you get it. And do you think like the first movie might have dissuaded people from going to see this? Because they're like, that was kind of stupid.
I don't know. And do you know what I wanted to mention? My audience in the theater was extremely weird. They were all like 70 years old. I was the only person in there under 40. And I'm thinking like this is clearly a PG-13 movie made for teenagers and early college kids. And there's nothing but 70-year-olds in the theater. I did see like a matinee show, so maybe that's their evening, but I just did not picture those people even being interested in this type of movie, and they went, so.
We were the only one. I had a 12 o'clock show, and my kid and I were the only ones in there until halfway through the opening previews. And then maybe a dozen people total, including us. People were going up and leaving though, but they were all kids. Like mine was a young audience. It was like, super Mom and bizarre. Dad, take me to the movies. I want to go see this horror movie, you know? All these teenage girls, probably like 13, going up and they were leaving every 20 minutes to get food. It's the second time I've seen a movie where people just coming back and forth with food. Watch the fucking movie. It was a weird audience, but I don't know. I don't know what kind of demographic this is supposed to, take.
It's all ages, baby.
But
like we said, it does cover everything. So
you got into the numbers of the money. Rotten Tomatoes has this at 67%.
That's surprising.
And
so what's the first one?
The first one is 71%.
Really?
And they both have an audience score of about 65.
Now I'm surprised the first one was also that high. I would have thought maybe 40s or 50s.
I'm thinking this is more of a teenage movie. Like, teenagers are going to see this.
There's been a lot of things I've been reading on articles, and it was on the Hardwick show and all that they really think this chick playing Tree, I forget her name at the moment, is really going to become something.
Really?
And this movie will be looked back as like a cult classic and be like, that's where she got her start was like this movie. And it's going to become more and more popular, as time passes.
Jessica Roth,
yeah, that's it.
With an E.
Yes.
Rothe. But,
so, who knows? That's not up to me to determine. Hey, hope all the best for her, whatever. But
yeah, and you got Ruby Modine in it. She's in Shameless, or was in Shameless. Matthew Modine's kid.
Okay.
But I don't know. There you have it.
A 7 and a 6. And hey, that for once matches the audience score with the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. We're at like 6.5, which is a 65 out of 100. Boom. Yeah. Right on, people.
And I'm shocked on the first one at 71%, man. I'm flabbergasted.
There you have
That's all I got.
So please leave your 5-star reviews on iTunes. Again, just click the button, hit the little magical 5-star. You don't even have to use your real name. Put whatever you want on there.
Yeah. Use your multiverse name.
And for what I'm told, unsubscribe, subscribe, unsubscribe, and subscribe again. It helps us out.
Yeah. And it helps us out to bring you the episodes, the reviews, the awesome interviews that we have. Got more planned coming.
Dick Warlock is next, we promise.
Yes, definitely. But until then, reach out to us, email, dysfunctionalnerdcast@gmail.com, at the Nerdcast on Twitter, the Facebook.
And the Twitterverse.
Yes, I said that already.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Why don't you say it again? What's our handle on the Twitterverse?
At the Nerdcast. See, that's my part. I get so excited for it, and then I just
Yeah, I
tune
kind of
them out.
monopolized that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck you.
So until next time, make like a tree and get out of here.
Great Scott!